This is Braggin's Adventures. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Andrew with Braggin's Adventures, and today we are reviewing the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to include a quick service restaurant, the brunch buffet, and one of the bars, as well as an obvious room tour, room review, and overall resort review. I like this resort overall. I have huge nostalgia, though, for this resort. From way back when I was a kid and there was a theme park attached and the whole inside was themed like Wizard of Oz. If you don't know about the past of this resort, you should definitely go Google that with this video. Let's start with the room tour.
Alright guys, we're here at the MGM Grand. We are in the Grand Tower, floor 21, room 231. Let's go inside and check out our room. Right away when you come in on the right is the bathroom. Pretty large single vanity, plenty of storage underneath, nice mirror. Toilet area over here. And then it's like a tub shower combo. I'm not a huge fan, but it looks pretty big. Amenities on the wall. It's not like the smallest one I've ever been in. Going around, we come outside. We got a closet here. Let's check out what's in there. Oh, that's pretty deep. That's pretty big. I like that. I like it when they don't try to jam pack everything. Ironing board, of course. Iron. Little luggage rack. I dig that. I'm all right with that. Little ice bucket here. We've got the cool. I love this about MGM properties. The whole like entertainment system. You can plug in your devices. Cool little shelf storage down there. Let's check out nice drawers. The reason I'm pulling these all out is in some of these properties, the safe is in one of those. So we'll see when we get there. Looks like a decent sized TV. It's not huge. And of course the dreaded minibar. Guys, what are we doing? Nobody uses this. Nobody is paying for all of that. Nobody's paying those prices, guys. Let's stop with the minibar thing. Do you use the minibar? Let me know. Desk area, pretty nice size. I do dig, we'll see if they work later, but I dig outlets on the lamps. A little dusty there. Nice little seating area. Lamp in the corner. And I opted for two queens this time. Sorry for all our bags and stuff. We just got in right now. But, you know, we wanted to see what a room with two queens looked like. I'm positive the safe is going to be in one of these. That's a nice deep drawer right there. And then, yeah, of course. That's the new safe. A lot of the MGM properties are going to that. If you haven't stayed at the MGM Grand before, it is massively huge. A lot of people think it's too big. Let's look at our view here. I disagree. I think once you learn the layout of it, it's not terrible. If you were only coming for one night, as we are, and you're unfamiliar, sure, it can be a little daunting. Not a terrible view. I'll bet this is going to be really pretty when it gets dark. We're on the back side of the MGM here, so the monorail right down there. If you're familiar with the layout of the Vegas Strip, we've got the Paris, Planet Hollywood, and off in the distance, I don't know if you can tell, the wind's back there. And then the Aria, Cosmo, and Caesars right over there. I'm digging the size of the room. These are actually quite spacious. I'm not gonna lie, I dig this. Of course, we're gonna let you know in the morning what we think about having stayed here. I love that artwork. Feels very high end, even though it's kind of not. You know what I mean? Look at this, like headboard feature. Super sexy. I'm digging it, guys. We'll let you know what we think at the end of our stay. As always, in the meantime, I think we're gonna go grab a beverage down at the lobby bar. Good morning, everybody. We are waking up and ending our time here at the MGM Grand. Wanted to give you an update on, you know, how I feel about the stay. Bed was actually quite comfortable. It did get a little warm in here. The AC only goes down to 65, and the way the beds are situated, I have this problem in all MGM properties. It cools one section where I'm sitting right now. I'm in front of the AC over by the window, but the air never travels anywhere else into the room. And it's because they have the thermostat right underneath the AC vent. Thermostat triggers the AC vent on and off based on once it's reached the temperature. But if you walk 4 feet in the room that way, that has not yet reached the temperature. The vent's also kind of not pointed appropriately to spread air throughout the room. It's all MGM properties this way. I have this issue everywhere. Other pluses though, I mean the TV sleep timer worked, obviously. I like this little seating area I'm in. We got a great view here. The room's large. It's a decent room. Plenty of drawer space. The desk is nice and big. The bathroom's one of the larger bathrooms at an MGM property, but it's got a whole set of problems all its own. And I guess that's as good a time as any to bring up the negatives of the room and staying here. So I will not understand what planet someone thought that just because you had 2 beds in the room, or 1 bed in the room, or it doesn't even matter how many beds, why there's not a nightstand for everybody. Like, obviously there's going to be 2 people sleeping in a queen bed when it's double occupancy booked, right? So why is there not a nightstand on my side of the bed? You can see here that I had to wheel over the office desk chair, and that was my nightstand. I shouldn't have to do that. I don't know what we would have done if we used the other queen bed and somebody needed a nightstand on the far side over there. It doesn't even have to be a full nightstand like the humongous one they have in between the 2 beds. A little end table would work nicely, just somewhere to set my phone and a glass of water or whiskey or what have you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Second issue is it is so dark in this room. There are essentially in the main room, excluding the hallway bathroom area, there's 1 lamp between the 2 beds, 1 over by the air conditioner in the far corner, and then this desk lamp, which I'm actually using. I've adjusted it so it's lighting my face, so I'm not too terribly backlit, but I wanted that view in this shot. Then there's 1 very dim one over the closet in the hallway, and obviously the bathroom's lit. But it's very dark. If this window was closed, it would feel very dark in here. And not like romantic dark, like dingy dark. I do like the decor in the room, but the darkness would, I don't know, maybe it's a vibe they're going for. Lack of outlets in appropriate places. Again, this is an MGM property issue, and many other properties. I don't want to just put this on MGM. But what am I going to do with an outlet on the wall? Nowhere near even the head of the bed. It's down by the foot of the bed. Who's using that, and what are you using it for? That's for the housekeeper to plug in the vacuum. There's the one over on my side of the bed here, but the lamp's taking up one of the space, and I don't have a nightstand to set anything on anyway. There's the one built into the lamp at the center of the beds, and then there's the one over by the desk in the lamp, and then the one, that's the lamp's plugged into, which technically has a second outlet. It's not very well thought out. Again, that's an MGM wide property amongst other brands. Next issue out here in the main room is the stupid mini bar. Stop doing mini bars, guys. Stop. Nobody's using them. Nobody is using the mini bar. Let's cut that practice out. Give me a fridge I can put my personal stuff in. Like decent human beings. Alright, I guess we're just going to head to the bathroom now and talk about all those issues. So, first off, I don't know if you notice, but this is where I keep my hand towel to dry my hands when I wash them, because there's not a towel rack right here. I don't know what moron designed this bathroom, but why is there not a towel rack for my hand towel? Remotely near the sink. Wait, what's that? There's not an actual towel rack anywhere in this bathroom. We have to hang our towels on these little tiny, barely hold them hooks. I almost dropped mine 3 different times just trying to get it on that hook this morning. There's only 2 of them, one on either side of the shower, and when you hang a towel like that, it gets all like moldy, mildewy smelling. It doesn't have a chance to dry. That's why they invented towel racks, so you could hang towels on a towel rack. There's plenty of wall space here, as you can see. We could have put 17 towel racks on this wall alone. Beyond all that, just give me one for the hand towel right here. A little one. Come on, guys. You can see a lot of rust stain issues. And I'm really not sure, not being a professional in a cleaning industry, what can be done about that. But it's kind of a put off, I guess. I will say the toilet paper is nice in here. Very nice toilet paper. It's actually better than the Palms toilet paper, so there is that. Toilets at a good height. I'll give them that. Here's another strange one. Why is the help or when okay, stop. When I shower, I turn on the water, let it warm up first, right? And then I get in. Now, I don't know about you, but in the history of me showering, I get in on the side the faucet's not on because I don't want to open the curtain on that side. Water's going to splash out into the rest of my bathroom. So I go as far away from the water as I can to get into the shower. A bar would be really helpful to get in and out of the shower right here. But instead, they put it over on that side next to the faucet. Do you get in on the faucet side? I'm super curious about this, guys. Let me know, because I don't. Alyssa doesn't either. Like that's just not a thing. Like, how much water are you having to clean up if you get in and out of the shower on the faucet side? Unless you're one of those monsters, and I mean this with love. If you're one of the monsters that gets in the shower first and then turns it on and suffers through the first seconds of cold water or the potentiality for a blast of hot water, more power to you. That's not my jam. I need the water to hit the temperature before I get in. Other than that, it's a room to stay in. I honestly can't complain all that much because I only have to pay the resort fee. The room was a comp night because I'm an MGM Pearl member and I gamble enough. Actually, I think I might have used a My Vegas reward on this one. I actually don't know. But anyway, the point being, it's a room to stay in. MGM Grand is certainly a nice, large property. I have used their pool in the past. Didn't this time. We were only here for one night. They've got plenty of food options, shopping options, gambling options, entertainment options. It's a huge, massive property. A lot of people say it's too big. I don't think so. Once you learn the layout, it's pretty easy to navigate. The lobby bar we went to last night, and had a cocktail, and we'll probably have another one before we head out today because I do have more My Vegas rewards to use. The bartender that helped us wasn't the greatest bartender on the planet. He was a little snooty and short. I don't know. We took our drinks and left because I didn't want to be in a place with that kind of energy. It's hit and miss. I've had great bartenders in that lobby bar before, so this one just wasn't. I don't know, maybe he was tired, end of his shift or something, or I guess it was a little crowded in there. Maybe he was stressed out. I think there were only two in there. I guess that could be it, but he was just a little short and kind of off-putting. We grabbed a slice at Bonanno's last night. I had never eaten at Bonanno's before. It's the pizza chain that's in pretty much every MGM, as well as additional hotel properties here. It's usually in their food court. The MGM Grand actually has two Bonanno's, one in their food court and one at the front of the property. We went to the front of the property. Pizza's pretty decent. It's actually a tasty slice. I think it's a little overpriced, but if you have that Vegas Bite card, you get 50% off of your slice or buy one, get one free. That made it a very valuable slice. It was tasty, hit the spot. This morning, we're going to go hit the MGM Grand Buffet, and I'll tell you, in all honesty, the only reason I'm doing that is because I have a My Vegas reward for buy one, get one on the weekend brunch. It's a Friday, which for them is the weekend. I would never in a million years pay that much for a breakfast buffet, but buy one, get one makes it a little more reasonable. So I'm going to let you know how that is right now.
All right, guys, so as you can see, it's $37 for the what they call the brunch buffet. Buy one, get one. If you have My Vegas rewards, you can find a buy one, get one coupon for the weekend buffet and then for the weekday buffet. The weekend buffet is the hard one to get. We got lucky and got it for this one because after tax and tip, you're at about $50 a person for this buffet. Let's talk food real quick before we get into the nitty gritty of it all. You know what? The food's pretty good. I've heard a lot of bad things. MGM buffets, I don't mean MGM Grand, but MGM Resorts, all of their resort buffets, get a bad rap. I don't think the food's bad. I actually think it's pretty tasty here. It's a buffet for sure. You're going to find occasionally dry things. Scrambled eggs are going to dry out. Biscuits are going to dry out, that kind of stuff. But if you go on with the mentality that you know you're going to a buffet and the food you're eating might have been sitting under that heat lamp for a bit and could be a little dry, you're not going to have that bad of a time. The food is tasty here. I think there's a nice variety of food as well. I would never, ever, ever, ever pay $50 a person to eat this buffet because for me, this was a breakfast buffet. And this is where I want to kind of get into the nitty gritty of it. So they call this a brunch buffet. Whether you're there during the week or on the weekend, they call it a brunch buffet. Now, on the weekend, they add a couple of things, in my understanding. Things I should have been able to get at this brunch buffet on the weekend included various slices of pizza as well as sushi. Now, we're early risers. We get up, we work out, we eat breakfast, right? So we're here right when they open, about 8 a.m., maybe 8:30 in the morning. And I come to find out that the buffet you get at 8:30 in the morning is different from the buffet that the people that show up at noon get. But they're calling the whole thing a brunch buffet. It's not a breakfast buffet and a lunch buffet. It's one brunch buffet. And in my opinion, and this might be my theatrical background coming out now, let me touch base on that real quick. A little side tangent. When I work in theater, what am I saying? When I worked, I still work in theater. When I do theatrical productions, we have Friday night show, maybe a Saturday matinee, a Saturday night show, a Sunday matinee, right? The people that pay to come to the Friday night show should get the exact same experience as the people that pay to come to the Sunday matinee. They're paying the same price for the ticket. They should get the same show. I feel the same way about this buffet. If you're going to call it an 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. brunch buffet, the people at 8 a.m. should get the exact same food as the people at 3 p.m. Why? Because we're paying the same price. So the fact that I didn't get pizza or sushi on this buffet, but the people that paid the same price as I did at noon did, bothers me. It bothers me. It bothers me. Had they called this a breakfast buffet and maybe charged me $5 less than the people that get sushi and pizza, I wouldn't even be having this conversation with you right now, because the food was tasty. The service was friendly. It's a huge buffet. It's spacious. It's nice. But the fact that I paid the same price but didn't get the same food bothers me. Call it a breakfast buffet and then close down for a half hour and then call it a lunch buffet and have two different foods at two different price points. But don't call it a brunch buffet and give me a different experience than someone that comes a couple hours later than I do. That's unacceptable, and I'm not happy about it. All right, rant over. Let's get into the details of the food. Variety here was nice. Breakfast bites were probably tastier than the lunch bites, although the Brussels sprouts, even though they were slightly overcooked for me, were super yummy, especially for buffet Brussels sprouts. Alyssa and I love Brussels sprouts, and I make them at home, and I make pretty good ones if I do say so myself. These were pretty decent. Mashed potatoes and gravy. The breakfast burrito was tasty. The variety of different types of breakfast foods was good. Let's talk biscuits and gravy while we're here on the screen. That's Alyssa's jam, you know that. She said the biscuit was a little bit dry, but again, that's to be expected at a buffet. The bacon was good. Had the crisp that I'm looking for in a good slice of bacon. The ham was delicious. Scrambled eggs at a buffet or scrambled eggs at a buffet. There's nothing you're ever going to be able to do about that. There is an omelet bar. Just wait in the line for the omelet bar if you don't want dry scrambled eggs. The rice was okay. Wasn't the greatest rice that I've ever had. Chicken was good. It was actually pretty moist, which is shocking for chicken at a buffet. It had good seasoning, good flavor. The juice selection was nice. Overall, I'm relatively happy with this buffet. I'm just not happy about the experience that I had by going at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're going to pay for the weekend brunch buffet, I'm just going to go ahead and suggest to you now that you go later in the day. Maybe have a lighter breakfast at the food court and then go do this brunch thing as more of a lunch thing, because then you're going to get the full experience, at least until MGM gets their you-know-what together and fixes this discrepancy for us, right? Overall, check out the MGM Grand. I don't hate this hotel by any means. A lot of people say it's too big of a property. I actually enjoy walking around the property. It's a good way to burn off those calories. There is a lot of stuff to check out here. And I did mention earlier that I've used the pool here before. The lazy river's nice. The pool area is nice. It's a good time. We didn't do it again on this trip because they're closed that time of year. But it's a good hotel. Go check it out. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.